Dems pop their dentures when Schiff finally gets censored. And so the House condemns the lies of the man with the zombie eyes.
Adam Schiff walked in like it was a calm Sunday talk show. Steady, polished, and sure he'd coast through his usual talking points. What he didn't expect was a live ambush. Greg Gutfeld was already there, grinning like a man who knew how this story would end. Schiff came armed with scripted calm. Gutfeld came armed with sarcasm sharp enough to slice through every line.
Last night, the House voted on party lines to censure Adam Schiff for promoting the Trump-Russia collusion hoax, which was as believable as Brian Kilmeade getting fan mail. 2 for 2. Schiff becomes only the 26th member ever to be censured, but to his credit, he's still the only member to have a 12-inch neck.
While Schiff tried to hide behind polished jargon and endless committee language, Gutfeld torched the stage with one-liners that hit harder than any subpoena. Schiff clung to his rulebook. Gutfeld tossed it out the window. It wasn't a debate. It was a live unraveling, a public roast Schiff couldn't control.
Poor Adam. He really thought he had him. Well, we've talked about who won the impeachment trial. Now let's talk about who didn't. As I've said before, don't think the Dems aren't going to stop trying to find dirt on Trump. They'll look anywhere. Hell, they'll go to a local high school if they thought they'd find the goods there. Right, Adam?
Schiff tried to keep his composure, but his act collapsed under its own weight. The polished delivery, the dramatic pauses, the fake gravitas, none of it worked. He strutted in like a lead actor in a courtroom drama, but ended up looking like an understudy fumbling through his lines.
Unfortunately for Adam, not even Mitt Romney could help him. Everyone knew there weren't enough votes to convict. Even the media, their only way out of this hell, pretending that Mitt was a hero.
This was a profile in courage and that there's still room for mavericks here in Washington.
It felt historic indeed. It will cement Senator Romney's legacy.
Romney stood in the well and he seemed to be reaching for the ghost of John McCain.
The Mitt Romney decision is a fascinating one for this reason. He is now the president of the Republican resistance to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He leaned hard on his old trick, pretending he had explosive evidence ready to shake the world, but the reveal never came. It was all build-up, no payoff, just another puffed-up promise from a man whose bombshells always vanish. Americans are left waiting again, realizing the big moment never actually arrives.
While it lasts, Mitt, in 2 weeks they'll go back to hating you, trust me. And you'll have to find someone to commiserate with, someone who understands rejection. Right, Adam?
And now Adam Schiff FaceTimes Joe Biden.
Hunter, is that you?
It's Adam Schiff.
Never heard of her. Look, I once ate a giant bag of rock salt at the Daytona 500. Wasn't even a problem.
500. That's a number, right?
People are finally noticing the pattern. Schiff's credibility hasn't just faded, it's evaporated. He's not a whistleblower. He's a movie trailer for a film that never premieres. His hearings promise fireworks, but always fizzle. Even his own supporters admit the spark died years ago.
What do you think I was going to say? Being censored, which is basically an official serious scolding, is a punishment just below being expelled from Congress. But when Speaker McCarthy made the announcement, Democrats did what they do best, mindlessly scream hysterical nonsense.
The resolution adopted. Without objection, the motion to consider is laid on the table. House will be in order. The House will be in order. I have all night.
I have all night.
Now, his dramatic warnings sound like ghost stories told by a man still clutching a flashlight in an empty room. Enter Greg Gutfeld. No cue cards, no fake seriousness, just a smirk and verbal dynamite. Schiff tries to scare. Gutfeld makes people laugh. And in today's world, laughter cuts deeper than panic.
That we uncover the full details about the conditionality of either the military aid or that meeting with the Ukrainian president. It may not be necessary to take steps that might reveal the whistleblower's identity to do that.
Not necessary so much for transparency, but like everything, the Dems haven't thought this through. So not only are you going to impeach Trump, you're going to do it in secret, in the dark, reversing an election based on hearsay from some anonymous guy you will never ever see who has ties to Democrats.
Schiff's act became the setup for Gutfeld's punchlines. Every serious line was flipped into stand-up gold. Watching it unfold felt like a roast disguised as a political debate. Schiff swung with fear and outrage. Gutfeld countered with mockery that hit like a sledgehammer.
Wouldn't shut up for a party named after democracy itself. They do sure hate it when people vote on stuff. But he did have to go to the front of the chamber, known as the well. Think of it as like a walk of shame, and not the kind I did this morning leaving Hemmer's place. I only had one shoe. To discuss this further, we go to the man himself. An audience, no booing. We are a respectful show here. Please welcome Congressman Schiff. How are you?
Shame, shame on you. Oh.
Gutfeld didn't need charts or slides. He relied on razor-sharp instinct and timing. Schiff, glued to his teleprompter, kept repeating lines like a rerun. The crowd laughed instead of listened. His authority cracked in real time, leaving him looking like a magician caught mid-trick.
It'd be bad when the Republicans took over, but it's far worse than we expected.
Cue the violins, people. But can he promise you this?
But I can promise you this. This is not the end of my fight for our democracy. This is just the beginning. Please join us and contribute today. Thank you.
Here's my question. How much will it cost for you not to run?
The harder Schiff tried to control the room, the bigger his target became. Every polished phrase gave Gutfeld fresh ammunition. Schiff's smug, "I know something you don't" expression only fueled the laughter. Gutfeld turned the hearing into an open mic night and Schiff into its unwilling clown.
That and the fact that Schiff hasn't blinked since 1992. And he didn't take the news so well. The disgraced Democrat went on TikTok to complain. Behold.
Congressman Adam Schiff with some troubling news. Today, Kevin McCarthy removed me from the House Intelligence Committee, all for doing my job, for holding Trump accountable and standing up to the extreme MAGA Republicans.
You can't fight a punchline with PowerPoint. Schiff kept talking as his image crumbled, mistaking smoke for applause. His entire persona, built on seriousness, collapsed in front of millions. Once the laughter started, the illusion was gone. He wasn't commanding. He was desperate.
And the irony is superb. He went crying to mommy on an app run by Chinese commies. Congressman Adam Schiff announced this morning he's running for U.S. Senate in California, which is guaranteed to boost U-Haul rentals headed for Texas. He unveiled the highly polished and produced political ad right on the heels of getting booted from the House Intel Committee. Coincidence? I think not.
For years, Schiff thought repetition could turn noise into truth. But Gutfeld thrives on repetition. He used it to destroy Schiff's routine. Every recycled bombshell and breaking claim was exposed as political clickbait. Schiff's drama turned into an unintentional comedy act.
We're having hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding. We talked about that virus in green rooms, but we had to do this impeachment story. We had to show these hearings. It's all on him, man. He's got to go. They got to investigate him. They got to hold him accountable. I'm not going to say he should go to prison, but my evil twin will say he should go away to prison for a very long time.
By the end, Schiff wasn't a powerful figure, just a man in a suit pretending to matter. Gutfeld didn't need evidence. He just held up a mirror that reflected years of hollow theatrics. Schiff thought he was performing Shakespeare. Gutfeld revealed it was a canceled soap opera.
For Adam Schiff, because he created 3 years of a massive fallacy that did so much damage to this country and made us miss probably one of the most important stories of our lifetime. We were having hearings on impeachment while the coronavirus was exploding.
Once your act becomes a meme, there's no recovery. Schiff's solemn pauses now remind people of the night he was roasted on live TV. Every future revelation echoes with the sound of laughter. His credibility didn't just take a hit, it shattered.
Yesterday's hearings, I had so much fun. I'm back, baby. Pretty soon I'll have my high-back chairman's chair again.
I don't understand. You're happy? I didn't realize you were, don't you realize that you were censored by a majority in Congress?
Yes! Isn't it wonderful? I'm very pro-censorship. Censorship. Oh my, that's hard to say. The point is, the cameras are on me again, and this time, I'm ready for my...
Now, Schiff isn't remembered as the serious guardian of democracy he imagined. He's remembered as the man roasted beyond repair. The whole exchange proved how quickly political theater collapses under real humor.
Troubled by this Even though I know it's not real, I'm bothered. Finally, Congressman, you're running for an open U.S. Senate seat in California. What's your message to voters who might be skeptical of your agenda?
I think you mean my agenda. That's how I say it now. I like the hard G because that's what I'll do. Do you like impeachment? That's my agenda. Vote for me and I'll do it agenda. And I have one man to thank for all of this. The Orange Man himself. If you excuse me, I'm going to go celebrate with a glass of wine.
Gutfeld didn't just beat him, he buried him with laughter. Schiff became the ultimate warning of what happens when fake drama meets real mockery.